Hello friends, welcome to Techno channel. Today we'll continue our journey on Visual Studio Code. So I'm explaining a couple of features available. Let me open a couple of files. It doesn't matter any project. So let's say if we would like to have some suggestion, right? We can create. So if we press Control and space together, so it will prompt us with different property. So in this context, in the component we have many properties. For example, these are the all properties we can use, right? So if you space give a control space, so we can specify any other property whatever we like. So okay, there is also a component command which is control shift space. So it will explain about the component function whatever we are using. So it discusses about what is this all about and which parameter are available. So we can scroll down and see all the list of description. Okay, so the template URL, so we can get more information about a particular thing. If you hover the mouse over the component also, we'll get all the information. Same way, it is formatted a little bit differently. And also, if you want to, see this, let's say we try port, so it comes up with the setup recommendation. And if you press tab command over here, so F0. So it will autocomplete it will. Okay, let's say we'll give the plot. If you press tab, it will complete automatically, and it is really very much helpful if you working with a template file. Let me open a HTML. For example, HTML dot. Let's make a division dot product. And if I press a tab over here, so this, see, the HTML division tag is created with the class of products. Okay, so this is known as emit expand abbreviation. There is a very famous library, emit, and I will explain a little bit later. So using that we can expand it. Any class or any division, or they have its own syntax to make the development a little bit faster. And let's say we have a document, and let's say it is not formatted properly, and we have some kind of structure. So if you like to format the structure, we can press Shift Alt F. See, it is formatted. Let me try to open some other bigger project. See, let's say we have this bunch of, so this button is not formatted, right? And we have span. So if you like to format, we can select all. Okay. Then we can press Alt Shift F. Then it will try to, okay. Or we can select a piece of code. We can press Alt Shift F. I think this is not recognizing, but somewhere. Okay. Let us try to do after this. We can do format Alt Shift F. Okay. So the button is formatted. If you want to format a selection, Control K, Control F. So it is formatted only based upon selection. Control K, Control F. It is formatted. The formatting is differ. So the formatting we may not like as per our need. So that let us try to open a TypeScript. So maybe it may be formatted a little bit better. So there are a lot of other formatter we can use. So if we press Shift Alt F, so now it is formatting properly, right? So this default formatter, maybe it is better in case of TypeScript or JavaScript. So for example, HTML or CSS, you may not like the way it do the formatting. So you can install a different extension for your specific file type, what you are not feeling that Visual Studio is doing a justice for you. Okay. And for example, if I want to go inside the component, so I can press F12. So it will open the, it will give a preview so that we can see about this is the interface and we can read about the documentation. It is fetching from the Angular directory. So I have installed in the node modules, at the rate Angular, and it is going to the directory and fetching the information for us. So each and every property we can go and have a read. So the documentation is at your fingertip. So if you want to know more about it, so you can go there. And if you see on the right hand side, so there is a declare. So wherever it is finding, one is export, one is the declare. So it is redirecting us to in that point also. Okay. So if you press escape, so it will be gone. See, in this case, it opened the file for us. But if we do not want to open the file, only we want to have a look into that. So we can select that component and we can press Alt, then F12. Now the file won't be created or open in a different tab, but the preview is open in the same editor itself. So we can browse and have a look. Now let me press escape to get rid of it. Okay. And also if you want to open this as in the side panel, so we can press Ctrl K, then F12. So the side by side we can able to display. So you can close it. Okay. So let's say you want to open this. There are maybe a couple of other, let's say, orders. Okay. So let me. I just want to open this one. So I can press Ctrl K and F12. So this order is open side by side. So this is very handy. So let's say you are working on this and initializing some class and you want to open this and side by side. You can press Ctrl K, Ctrl 12. Sorry, Ctrl K, then F12. Okay, this open. Not Ctrl F12, just F12. And also if I want to just have a look very quickly. So I select it, then I press Alt F12. So this is open. So I can just have a look and so I can just see that what it is, and then if I happy with this field, I can just escape it. Okay, there is one more important thing. If we would like to know this wherever this product component is used, we can click Shift then F12. So it is mentioning in this particular place only it is used, products component in this file itself. And also it is pointing us in the app.modules in this import statement, this being used. And if you click on over here in the same file, in the declaration it is being used. So if we are planning to refactor that code, it would be really helpful. And I'm surprised to notice that it is extremely fast. There is no lag whatsoever. Usually the item editor by GitHub I feel a little bit sluggish, but this editor is working like a charm. So I'm not having any issues with this opening this. Okay. Let me show a nice small tip. Let me hello there, and I have typed few things, and let me give a space, couple of space, 4 or 5. Okay. So whenever I am opening there and going there, so it is space is there. So that's why it is, if you place the arrow key, it is going there. After this point, it is coming back. So if you want to trim that white space, you can press Ctrl K, then Ctrl X. Then it will get rid of it. See, if I move my arrow key, after this cursor is not moving there, right? So this is the way you can get rid of any trailing space or white space you have. Now let us see some of the editor command. If you would like to close this tab, we can press Ctrl W. So it is closing. Also, you can use Ctrl F4 to close that thing. Okay, so you have to open some Ctrl F4 to close the tab window, or you can use Ctrl W, whichever may be comfortable. So these two are commonly used. And let's say we're using some other thing, like we can mention Ctrl K, Ctrl F is to close the folder. I'm not sure how to open the folder here. Let me give it a try. I'm not sure whether it will work or not. Ctrl K, Ctrl F. So it's not working, or Ctrl K, F. Okay, that's working. So if you just want to close the folder, so because I have opened one folder, right? This is the folder. If I want to just complete the folder and open a new tab, so I can press Ctrl K, then not Control, just simply F. So it will open that folder. So it will open a new stuff. Okay. If you would like to split this editor, so you can use Control and backward slash. So it will open into the new editor. So you can close it. So inside one you can have a HTML, another you can have, you know, the notepad. If you would like to split vertically, so it is a new feature introduced over here recently. So you can create this open folder, and this icon you have to click. So it will move it to, you know, horizontally. If you click again, the split screen will be in the vertically. So as per your preference and like, so you can use. And also if you press Ctrl 1, so this first one will be selected. If you press Ctrl 2, the second one is selected. So you can toggle between 1, 2, 3 or whatever, you can do that. Also, if you don't want to press Ctrl 1 or 2, you can use Ctrl K, then Control, pressing Ctrl, you have to use that arrow symbol, right arrow and the left arrow. Ctrl K, left, Ctrl K, right. Ctrl K, left, Ctrl K, Ctrl right. If you press Ctrl K, then remove the control and just press that Ctrl K, Ctrl thing, it will coming up another. Okay. If you want to move the shift editor, this here and there, you can press Ctrl Shift, page up, page down. Okay. Ctrl Shift. I think this movement of editor is not working. Okay, ideally it should work. Anyway, there is another way to move this editor. You can press Ctrl K, then arrow key, but you should not press that with Control arrow key. Control K, then remove the control, then arrow key. Control K, arrow key. Control K, left arrow, right arrow, you can do that. Okay, that will move this editor. So if you really love to toggle here and there. Now let us explain about creating the file. These are very standard. If you can create Control New and create a new file. You can do Control O to open an existing file. See, I have opened one markdown file over here, and you can do Control S for saving. You can, if you want to, you know, save as, if you want to do Control Shift S, so it will ask for saving one more time. Then you can do Control F4 or Control W to close the file. Okay, so you can press Control K, S, it will save all the file. So yeah, there is one more close thing, Control Shift T, which will open just recently closed. But for example, you close by mistake. So this may be very handy. Let's say you have so you just close it, Control W, you close it. If you want to reopen quickly, you can press Control Shift T. So that will open the file just a little bit quickly. Okay, so you can keep on doing. I'm not sure how many, one or two you can try to open it. And you can use Control Tab for navigating between the tab, and you can use Control Shift Tab to go to previous. And also, if you want to open this in browser, for example, and you want to copy the path, Control K, then P, so it will then XB, then it will copy this path of this particular thing. Okay, let me again, if I want to copy this CSS path, I can press Control K, then P. Okay, P means path, then Control V, pasting this particular URL. This will come very handy. Whichever the path, if you need, if you want to open in browser, so you can do that. And if you want to view this particular file in a file editor, you can do Control K, then R. So it will open inside your window explorer. See, it is very fast, right? Control K, then R, reveal. R stands for reveal. Okay. Or if you want to open this particular file inside a new window or instance of Visual Studio for whatever maybe reason, you can press Ctrl K, then O. So this particular file will be open inside a new Visual Studio code. Okay, so you can do whatever the operation you please to. If you want to open this in full screen, you can press F11, so it will go to full screen. So I'm not completely showing my screen, so you can only able to see the partial of it, but you can press F11 to show the full screen, or you can press Shift Alt 1 to, I'm not sure, Shift Alt 1. Okay, Shift Alt 1 is to just toggle between the vertical and horizontal layout. Control Alt Shift 1, Alt Shift 1. Okay, and if you want to zoom in or zoom out of a particular file, you can press Control plus, so which will zoom. So if you can press Control minus to zoom down, you can press Control 0 so that it will come up. Control 1. Okay, Control plus to again expand it, Control minus to decrease it. And if this command I use very frequently, Control B. So if you press Control B, the file explorer is coming up. Okay, Control B. So okay, I will set it, reset it a little bit later. We can use Control Shift. I can press Control Shift E so that it will open and focus inside which folder this file belongs to. Let's say I would like to create a new file and want to rename it, so I can press Control Shift E. Okay, so let's say I'm in this HTML. I press Control Shift E, so it will highlight over there. Let's say I hidden it, Control Shift E. So it will open this Explorer and highlight this particular HTML file for us. And if you want to show the search, so we can do Control Shift F, stand for find and replace. Control F will get a small find over there. So Control B. If you say Control F, the find panel is coming over here in this top. If you press Control Shift F, then the search is coming up. So there is no much difference. So whatever you want to use, you can use. So Control Shift G is to open this JIT library. If you have JIT configured, Control Shift D to open the debug panel, and Control Shift X to open the extension. Here you can install and download extension. I already created the video tutorial for how to install it and how to use it. And recently in the latest version, there is, we can disable, enable each interface for workspace. That is really nice, cool thing. And we can open the new command prompt. We can use Control Shift C. So it will open in the different window. So let's say if you use a Control tilde symbol, so it is opening this terminal embedded inside this Visual Studio Code. I really love it. So we can create multiple of this terminal. Okay, so 3 terminal created, and we can delete them. But if you like to still, for whatever may be the reason, if you want to open a command prompt in its own terminal, so you can press Control Shift C. So it will open in the same folder, but a different instance of it, right? So which is really cool. And if you like to open the output terminal for seeing the error or anything like that, Control Shift U you can press. So this is the output terminal. So you can get some, to do and all this thing. And we can have, if we written some, let me do a Control O. I'm not sure. I may have some. Okay, let's say this is the CSS file I have, and Control Shift V if I do, I think okay, it is coming up. So preview, it is not exactly the preview I am interested in, but I'll explore a little bit later. So this is preview I don't like, so it should a little bit formatted by itself. Never mind. I think it is doing little bit job. Let me open it. Let me open the preview. HTML. If I press Control Shift V, okay, this is coming up, the preview. If I want to open side by side the preview, Control K V. So in the left hand side, this is the place where I write the markup. For example, let me write it. We can use a markdown syntax. Hello there. This is good. We'll save it. I think this is not preview is not reloading properly. It should reload a little bit better. H1, H2, this kind of tag it is displaying properly, but not the markdown syntax. But never mind, we'll explore in future. And we can create the breakpoints in, let's say I open products. If we, okay, no, this one, products component, let me open. If we want to keep a breakpoint, we can just click over here in this line, the breakpoint will be added. Okay. So if you want to toggle the breakpoint, we can press F9, the breakpoint will go. We can, here we can, wherever we want, we can just add an additional breakpoint by pressing F9. So we can click F5 to start the debugging. So I'm not going to do debugging. I'll explain. I created a dedicated tutorial for we can choose the environment and start the debugging. And we can press Shift. A lot of things are there. Once I explain the debugger, it will be clear. So we can continue for the further. And I already shown you that terminal control tilde symbol. This will be very useful. So we can create as many terminal. So if I could have liked this terminal, if this is in the tabbed interface, see for example, if I create a new, I have to go over there and use it. So okay, it is okay. But if it is tabbed one and I can able to navigate using the keyboard, so it would be like it. So, but this is good. This is working as expected. There is no problem. So I really enjoy it. And if you want to open a new command prompt over here only, instead of Control tilde, you can press Control Shift tilde. So one more new terminal will be created. Okay. And if you want to copy something, Control C, let us try. We can able to Control V or not. Okay, Control V is not working. Control Shift V. Okay, we can use Control Shift V to paste over here anything we like to, because in the terminal Control V usually won't work. And so this is about it. So we can create this terminal. I'll keep on discussing mostly about the JIT, how to integrate, how to the debug, so which will be really essential. So I covered most of the fundamental part of the Visual Studio. So a lot of command we have learned. We can definitely go to the menu bar to use it, and I will give the link for that command prompt so that you can access wherever you like. And I'll keep on creating different videos so that you'll be know more about Visual Studio Code and enjoy the trip with me. So thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.